Okay, are you live now? Yes, you're live now. I'm sorry. I was over there with the bacon, cooking it right now. We're going to start the waffles, the Ezekiel waffles. Okay, this is the Ezekiel flour I've made. Yeah, I got so many things I'm going to do with this. And so I'm going to put this to the side. We're only going to be using a cup of it with a cup of all-purpose. Because I don't know how this flour is going to take when it comes to doing this, so we're going to have to find out. It should work well, but just in case, it's going to be a little on the careful side. I'm cooking bacon, so if I go back and forth and you don't see me, that's why you see me the first 11 minutes. 11 seconds, I mean. I was over here with the bacon. Now, what am I going to put on these? Like I told you, I canned apple pie filling. So why not try it? Good morning, Shane, Randy, JR. That sounds like Dallas. Yes, I used to watch Dallas too. I got homesick. Okay, salt, a half a teaspoon of salt. I think I'll serve scrambled eggs and bacon with these, and putting that apple pie on top. I think it's just going to be good. Good morning, Randy. Okay. Baking powder, 2 teaspoons. All right, where's my teaspoon? If you're using homemade baking powder, the next thing I say, do not use. If you buy your baking powder at the store, you're going to have to add this. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. That's only for the people who buy their baking powder. I make mine, so I bypass it all the time. Okay. You got the salt, you got the baking powder, you got the flour. They want 6 tablespoons of shortening added to this, okay? Now, I am not going to do that. I'm going to put butter in mine. So, good morning. And I know there's more of you than what I see here, so I'm just going to say good morning to everybody. All right, so remember, these are Ezekiel waffles we're making. And because I don't know how the flour is going to act for this, I'm going to sit there and put equal. I used 1 cup of the Ezekiel flour with 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Balance out. We'll see how it comes along. So I'm going to grate or frozen butter into it. You can sit there and use 6 tablespoons of shortening if you wish to work into it. But my butter's frozen, so I'm going to have to grate it. And if I look a little fuzzy, believe you me, grinding this up. I didn't cover it so you could see how the mill worked. I have flour everywhere. So how is everybody? Hi, Just. Good morning, Snap. Good morning, Just. Well, I don't know if Chuck Norris is your uncle, or you're just pulling everybody's leg here. So many people lie on this YouTube channel and stuff. It's crazy. Okay. If you have a problem with your bacon sticking, add a little bit of oil into it and coat the bottom and then fry your bacon. You'll notice it doesn't stick to the pan. We all learn from each other. Good morning, Snap. Hi, Jess. I am making Ezekiel Waffles with, I'm going to cover them. I don't know if I have enough apple pie filling, bacon, and scrambled eggs. Sheet, good morning. Okay. Okay, JR. So you just lost your uncle, okay. He was a good martial arts. If I remember correctly, I think Bruce, he sparred with Bruce Lee, didn't he? If I remember correctly. And I think he should be going to a funeral. Hello, Georgie. Wow, sounds good. You are such a sweetheart. Okay. I remember seeing the movies. Didn't ever meet him. My husband might have met him. I'm not sure. I couldn't answer that. But I know my husband was into martial arts. But I keep on thinking Bruce Lee actually sparred with Chuck Norris at one time. I don't know if it was a film or what. When you say spar, it means fight with him. For those of you that don't know. Okay, I learn a lot of things listening to people. I know I'm supposed to be over there. We're supposed to be making waffles, but the bacon's calling and I'm having to move faster for the bacon. Not meaning to do that, but that's just how it's going. just put 3 in this time and get 2 next time. All right, we have this mix. You know, people don't even make waffles anymore because they can sit there and say, I can buy them in the store frozen. But you're so limited, you know? I hate being limited. I like to experiment. No, I don't go into the personal life on people. Actors and actresses and people who do that, they do have a private life and they did come from a family. So I just sort of generalize it. I mean, the family's in mourning as it is, you know. But I hope everything, you know, he went quickly and there wasn't a lot of suffering. I'm always like that. Go quickly, no suffering. All right, so we got this going. They want us to beat 2 eggs. Thank you. Waffles, bacon, eggs with apple pie filling on top. Yeah, I'm going to go there. Always. So it'll be a nice dinner. We're going to have to beat these, and I got to keep on running over here to the bacon. We have to beat these eggs. No, I would never want waffles or instant food, because I like to take things to work and see if I can make them more nutritious. Okay, Junior, no problem about that. So you're going to beat these eggs really, really good, and that's what I'm doing right now. When you do this, you're actually putting air into these eggs, so you add the rest to get that lift. I know I have to add milk into this, okay? I know that. If I keep it running back, it's because I'm going for the bacon over there. All right, you want, okay. Just gonna need more than that, I think. You want me to double this recipe? Yeah, I got too much going. All right, so that's gonna be 2 cups of buttermilk. Yeah, I made the buttermilk. It's very strong. If you drink buttermilk, it helps you move your bowels, believe it or not. I know you guys don't like hearing it, but that's where a lot of our medical problems come from, if you're going to have them. Not breaking down the food, nutrients, or the chemicals we're putting in the food is interfering with us. So, it's a fact of life. You have to accept it. Don't like it, but we have to accept it. Okay, back to the bacon. You know, when I cook wild boar bacon, I don't get the amount of grease that I get with the regular bacon you buy into the store. that's because a lot of people, parents made us. You were going to. Today people say, well, I don't like it, I'm not going to try it. Well, I'll tell my sons when they were little, if you don't like it, go to bed hungry. That's how I was raised. If you don't eat it, go to bed hungry. And so, as you can see, things have changed. All right, what do you want me to do with this? Beat until smooth. This is a thin batter. Bake in a hot waffle iron. I got the iron. I don't have it on yet. Okay, beat until mix. I'm going to turn it down. I don't want to be splattered all over the place. So remember, these are Ezekiel waffles we're making from the flour that we made. I'm going to start a sourdough tomorrow so I can make some Ezekiel bread. And tomorrow, come cook with me. We're making a meatloaf. I've already told you what is going to be in it, so you should know it and be able to get it. Okay. Well, that made a mess, didn't it? Going back to the bacon again. I want to spoon to stir this down on the edges. Flour went up. I want to get the flour down. Okay, we got the batter. Now we'll get on the rest of this. And like I tell you, always try to keep a clean area to work. It's safer. Now there is something that I'm hoping to do when I'm done with this and eating early this afternoon. I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing. It's a kind of mustard that you're not going to believe. I have to make golden mustard. Golden, and I'm also going to be making, I even marked the page on my book. I'm going to make whole grain thyme mustard. They say it goes great with steaks and stuff, so that's something I'm going to start today. I'll finish it up probably this evening. I'll be a little late, but that's typical of me. I know what time I'm supposed to go to bed for myself, but never making it in time. Okay. Let's put the rest of this bacon over here. So wild boar bacon has less fat than the bacon that we get in the store. I'm noticing that. I'm also noticing, because my mother really controlled everything in the kitchen, I worked with her, but I didn't always know everything she was doing. I also know that if you use wild game, you've got to use more fat. Because the animals are more lean. Okay, we got to get this waffle pan. Now, what kind of waffle pan? I have a Cuisinart. Most of the stuff I use is Cuisinart or all-clad. I love the equipment. I do have some cast iron. I think of all the three, I shouldn't say this, but I think cast iron is the best. Could you imagine if a mother got hit? They used to say women use the rolling pin, but boy, they could kill somebody with a cast iron pot. Okay, I'm going to have to grease this. Let's put this on the side. Put it on the table. Okay. Now you have, though this is a no-stick, you're going to have to grease these grids. If you don't, you're going to have problems. They're not going to come out easy. I should know them there. So you pour a little extra on the bottom so you'll be able to brush the tops. This will make it easier, though they still like to stick in spite of it. And how long have I had this? I've had this about 30 years. So this is an old one. I try not to have to replace them. So we're going to have something new and see how it comes out. Never turn it on until you can plug it in, but don't turn it on until you've greased everything. You don't want to heat your brushes up and melt your bristles. But I think for a Sunday, this is really nice. Now, did my mother make waffles? No, she did not. She'll make pancakes, but she would never make waffles. Because the waffle pans that she had, where we lived, you had to hold them over the heat, and she was not going to do that, so she just did pancakes. And she would yell at me because I'd always sit there and try something new. She says, don't, you follow that recipe. And I'm glad she did get on my case, because until I learned all the rules, you can't break a recipe. Once you learn those ratios and stuff and how things work, then you're much better. Now, if you miss a spot, they're going to stick. I'm going to tell you that right now, so make sure you cover everything. All right, let's see. These are whole wheat, so we'll set it at 3. If they come out light, I can always turn it down. I can turn it up 1 notch. So see, why just use maple syrup when you've got so many other things you can use on these things? Always get creative. Yeah, you have to buy a waffle. I would recommend, if you're going to get a good one that's going to last you, I would recommend Cuisinart. Make sure they're electric. Don't get anything that goes on the stove, because you can burn them a lot easier. I know, I've seen more people do it. Now, this should hold it. No, this is going to be beeping. That's when it tells me it's done. I like the Cuisinart because it stays red. When it's ready to go, it turns green. Then when you put the batter in, it goes red, and it beeps and lets you know it's going. So if you're not keeping an eye on it, at least it's keeping an eye on it. And the Cuisinart lasts a long time. I can't vouch for years, okay, because they weren't handed down to me like cast iron's handed down, so I know that goes for years, and I've seen cast iron from a way back, and it's still good. So one on top that's better than this, unless it's like 3 generations, then I could say, yeah, this is really as good as cast iron, but a cast iron seems to be the top of cooking equipment. And the beautiful thing about this mustard I'm going to make is it goes in the refrigerator and it lasts a whole year. They ask you not to touch it for, what, a month or so? I think that'll be good. You don't really have to add anything to the waffle because this is already seasoned and everything. this isn't enough, I'll get more out. Just as simple as that. I got another jar or two, you know. But to heat it up, just not to cook it, just to heat it up that it's warm. Where is this? I need this. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to start Ezekiel sourdough bread. I hope by Friday they have yeast back in the store. I'm actually using apple pie filling that I can. Chim. Yeah, I heard somebody take chocolate chip. I'm sorry, I'm not. On pancakes. Okay, well, we gotta wait for it to warm up. There's nothing I can do about this. You're getting there. It's not hot yet. Yes, Bird, that's what I'm doing. I canned apple pie filling, and I said I am going to put it over the waffles, and that should be good. May? Hi. I'm going to call you me. Hi. So we're going to see how it comes out. Because you did see the other two videos. I did part 2. I finally cooled down my mill. And I'm going to show you how it works all together. I'll do a expo, as they say, and show you how it works. And I'll just warm the apple pie filling up because it's already cooked because it's been canned. Liam, welcome to the YouTube channel here. Bird, it sounds good. I mean, I go in these different directions. People say, are you insane? No, I'm not insane. It's just an idea, you know? And I've already had bread, the Ezekiel bread, way one woman made it, but I really don't like her way too much. I think I like my way better. That's the buzz that tells you it's ready. Still trying to learn how to work that espresso machine over there. I'm getting it down. It just gives me some problems. I know. I'll be right with you. I got to take care of this bacon. Okay, I can turn the bacon off. Got that done. Okay, we'll get on to this. See, it's heated up enough. That's why I love this one. It is so good. We're going to find out how this comes out. I mean, because God gave him this recipe, you know, on the flour to make bread and stuff. These should be just as healthy. Okay, we'll let those cook. And we'll come back to them. When you hear the beep beep again, that's when you know they're done. think I need this anymore. Okay, this is fine. Put this up. Okay, now this is what we're going to do. Get these done, then I'll work on the eggs. Good morning, Pretty? Vom? No? Ian? Oh, we'll just throw it in the microwave for like 15 seconds, less than a minute. Oh yeah, we demolished the wings. No, it's not overcooking. It's overcooking. That's what my sons were doing. They were overcooking and leaving 5, 10 minutes in the microwave. I said, no, we're talking seconds. When you go to heat food up, you don't bring it to a certain point. But remember, I eat, because I eat between 10:30 and 11:30. The other one eats at 1:30, 2 o'clock. The other one eats like 7. So we're on different clock times for the family. We ate all those wings up. Very, very good. If you're going to buy wings, I would buy close to 4 pounds because you're going to be cutting those wing tips off, which is going to take weight away so you have enough for everybody to eat. But they are so good. No, they're not overcooked. They weren't. This is where people make a mistake. You don't know how to use that microwave. You got to be very careful. Remember, you're just warming it up. You're not heating it to the point of boiling or something. So I always tell them, when you heat it up, you're only heating it up to warm. You don't want to go any further or you're going to overdo them, overcook them. So they've learned how to do that. It was yesterday. You can catch it. I also did the hot sauce, I think, before we started the wings. Or did I do it in the middle? Well, anyway, it's all there. And the buffalo wings, I think the sauce is there as well, and it's spicy. But for you people who love hot sauce, you may say this isn't hot enough. But for me, yes, I eat hot peppers, but it's not something I eat every day. Oh, they came out nice. Okay, come on. No, I'd be cooking breakfast 3 times a day if I did it that way, the way you said they're overcooked or something. If you have to heat them up, no. You just have to know how to do it. These have a nice smell to them. It's different. I like it. And you know what the difference is in the chef from you? They have the knowledge, but their nose and their taste buds are very sensitive. They actually have to learn all those flavors and everything. Another thing I like to serve with waffles or pancakes is cottage cheese with a fruit cocktail. And I make my fruit cocktails. And we'll let that go. Okay, I don't need my glasses. Yeah, I need my glasses because I have to read. Hi, Louis. These are good. That's why you need a mill. You couldn't possibly buy Ezekiel flour. I might know it by another name. I might not know it by ambrosia salad. I might know it by a different name. Oh, I'm trying these. I am not disappointed with these. And if you lived off of this for a whole year, there's a lot of protein in this. Because you have the starch and you have those beans which are incomplete, but when you put them together, you have protein. You can see the texture is very nice. I'm so good. Boy, I gotta make biscuits with this. First I have to make sourdough bread. I have meat already, bacon and eggs are also a protein as well. So don't sit there and think, this is just starch. I cover my protein, my vegetables, and my starch. I cover them all. Waffle, not pancake. Sometimes I'll use fruit in place of the vegetables. But I see a lot of people use 2 to 3 starches at their meal. Yeah, I'm good. Those are really nice. I'm gonna like these. If you want to say that, Luz, go ahead, Louis. I'm not gonna argue with people. I do what I have to do. Oh, no, I bypass them, the marshmallows. I'm not overly fond of those. Good morning, Sam. So this is all buzzard time. I don't want to do the eggs now. Well, I'll go ahead and put this on a low flame, the apple pie filling. I mean, I found something in the store. I found 2 things. Just hear me out. Oh, we have to take care of this first. Oh. Come on, you guys are hot. I also like making extra and sticking them in the refrigerator. Pulling them out when we want something to snack, we just grab them. But at least you get a variety. When you do home cooking, you're not limited to what they give you in the store. What you can't do becomes really something. Start thinking, let me get this one and I'll tell you what I found. I mean, they're adding some new things into the store. Some things I'm getting rid of. Hope they're not getting rid of yeast, because then I'm going to have to go to another store and find it. It's just going to be more work. Make 4, huh? Yeah, right. I found, they call this guava dessert. It's guava with sugar. And I'm saying, you could put this over the waffles if you wanted. I read it. The first thing it has ascorbic acid, citrus acid. Those are the lime peelings and stuff, and lemon juice. It's got guava pulp. It has pectin, which comes from cranberries. We have, and that's what it has. So I said, Now, I could either try, I'll have to taste it to see how sweet it is. But I said, I wondered if I couldn't sit there and make muffins out of this. If not muffins, I would use this as a spread, like I said, over things. Because it acts and looks a lot like apple butter. You see? So if I wanted, I could sit there and take a trail mix. Oh yeah, I go there. Trail mix and use this as part of the sweetener and the liquid in it. You see where I'm going with this? We're making waffles, except they're Ezekiel waffles. We used Ezekiel flour. And I have nut flour. I have almond flour. Yeah, see, you can grind up nuts in a mill too. I'm telling you, there's a lot of things you can do. It is, but you can't buy it. You have to make it. This is where I have to show you, which I did on the other two videos, how to do. I just had to let my mill cool down. I gave it 2 hours before it cooled down, before I could do. They say mill for 6 minutes, give it a 10-minute break, and then mill again. But I didn't. I kept on going. You can't buy it. You have to make it. So you're going to have to buy a mill. So I'm going to, today or tomorrow, I'm going to do a video on the mill that I have, how it works, how you clean it, and care for it. It's compact, it's easy. It's one of the ones that are the least noisy, but they do cost a pretty penny. So, good morning, Maddie. So that's what you have to do. That's why I got it. Literally, I bought the mill so I could make Ezekiel flour. And then the recipe they gave me was using modern beans. And I said, did they have these beans back then? So I was checking out, you know, investigating, as they say. And it said, no, these are modern beans. The beans they had then was this. And I said, well, that's it. I'm going to use that and get the original recipe. All right. Okay. Cozy. Oh, they do, Maddie. They really do. And tomorrow we're going to start the sourdough Ezekiel bread. And that's going to be interesting. So I have a lot of things that I think about. But I want to make Ezekiel biscuits too and see how those come out. See why I need a mill? But you can also make your own rice flour. You can sit there and make your bulgur. Just make sure you sift it as you crack the wheat. You can grind beans up if you want. Ezekiel has beans in there, so it's not that you can't do it, you know. And you can add that. You can grind nuts up, because I just bought, I'll show you what I bought. Almond flour. Now I want to make some bread with this, but I want to make sure I make white bread. I might try making rolls with this. Anyway, I want to try the almond flour and see how it comes through. If it comes out really nice, I can grind those up too. So a mill comes in very handy for a lot of different things. You know, if you're like me and you like using whole grains and mixing things up. Okay, you're hot enough. That's okay. I don't want to burn you or cook you too thick. See, all these skills are being lost because people have gotten so comfortable of making things, buying things instead of making them. Yeah, you can. You can grind it up into flour and mix. Well, let's see. I haven't decided, but I think if I make a loaf of bread that takes 3 cups of flour to 3.5, I might add a half a cup to anywhere a cup of that flour, the almond flour. And almonds fight cancer. So see, you can't lose doing it, right? No, we're going to have apple pie filling with the waffles. I'm not doing the regular way. I'm going in a totally different direction. Oh, okay. I understand that, Cozy. What do I bring with a food? It won't work in a food processor. It has to be a mill. I know that Bob's Red Mill has a lot of different grades and stuff, but the store is not going to carry it. Sometimes you have to go to the people and grind it yourself. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Maddie. It would. You're my favorite LBC plus streamer. I don't know what you're talking about. I am not. You leave. I enjoy being old. But in fact, I just saw a video that said if you see people that have these wrinkles up here, or here, or here, I didn't know they wanted all these facial things. They said they could tell when you're lying. I said, oh God, well just tell the truth. It'd be a heck of a lot easier, you know. Hi, Patience. So I enjoy being old. I don't think I would like it if I was sick. I think I would be horrible. Yeah, you got another, what, 30? They raised up retirement up to 68 or 70 now. I'm in my 70s, so I don't have to wait. So you've got a long way to go, Cozy. Hi, Ashley. Well, these got done. Now I am done. I know, I'm burning myself. I usually do. Come on out. I think this is more than enough for my family. I found out restaurants are cooking the same way everybody else does, using instant and just flavoring it up, and that's it. And I said, dang, I think I'm a relic. Okay, dang, that's it, except for me scrambling eggs. I don't know if you want to see that. Yeah, Maddie, I don't want to. Corn, you're almost 50? Well, you're catching up. You're about, what, 24, 23 years behind me? No, 20 years. No, maybe less than 20. Yeah, it's terrible. Women have left. Restaurants don't do it. I said when I went to a restaurant when I was little, that man was cooking. And he came out because I wanted a blueberry pie, and he was the one who told me you can't. Blueberries are out of season. Oh, but I could taste blueberries. See, this is more than enough. And I'm going to get some eggs going. A frying pan. And see, it's just about time for me to eat. And they're not up today. One has, he doesn't feel good, so he'll probably sleep until late tonight. And the other one, well, he came in, what, 2 o'clock in the morning, so he probably won't be up either for a while. But I can fix myself some eggs and take care of myself. That's my waffle pan. See, and that's why I said the quality isn't that good, so you know, how can we make our food better so it'll taste good and we can hold on to our health as long as possible. Thank you. As no, everybody's running late. That was one thing that I didn't understand when my husband took me up here. Everybody was running. I said, "What are you running to? Slow down. Slow down." Businesses are going to continue with you or without you, you know. Lacey, okay. You can have your eggs any way you want for this dish, okay? I'm going to be honest with you, but I want mine. Yeah, it's time for me to eat, but I've got to get my eggs going. I think I only want 3 eggs today. 2 or 13, so that's about 19 grams of protein for the eggs, not counting the bacon or the protein that's in the Ezekiel flour. Oh, that's good. Fried potatoes and bacon. Make sure you soak your potatoes a bit in cold water to get a lot of the starch out so it doesn't stick so hard. By the way, when you get old, you sort of get accustomed to eating by yourself. Okay. Gosh. Let's see, I need a bowl. Yeah, I just want 3 eggs this morning with this. So you count the 3 eggs, that's 20. Then you count the bacon. Then you can't count, where did I put that? Over here. Then you sit there and count the protein from the Ezekiel flour because it's made with beans and starch together. So that means that becomes a complete food. This is why people cook rice and beans together. Just as long as you have a starch with your beans, you get the protein. But I made sure by using the Ezekiel flour that I ground up, those were whole grains. So I had all the B's, all the minerals and everything in it. So I covered that. I wonder if we could make a bulgur. I wonder if we cooked bulgur, could we sit there and we'll have to do that next time we make waffles. Try it with bulgur and see if we can come up with that. Okay, Corey Hutchinson, you take care. Thank you for subscribing. Asmira, what did you say? Oh, God. My memory is... Pumpkin dessert. You know, lady? Pumpkin dessert? Yeah. I pickled pumpkin. By the way, pickled pumpkin is so good. You listen, you gotta try it. I couldn't believe I took the small pumpkins that they usually say for pumpkin pie. I pickled that. That was so good. We've been eating them. I'm running out. And I had like, what, 8 jars? We're down to 2. It's sweet and pickled all at the same time. It has a lovely flavor. It really does. Surprise me. Hi, Judy. Happy Sunday to you. Remember, before you use your nose sticks, you have to put oil in them or butter or some sort of fat. Other than that, you'll ruin them. Just letting you know. Well, I'm not using heavy cream this time because I'm thinking about trying to make ice cream. I have my ice cream machine. I'd like to make a blueberry cheese cake and see how that comes out. But I've got one that says jalapeno. I said, God, that really sounds interesting. It's in a cookbook I have. Oh, I think it'd just be nice. Turn this down, Sandra. You'll burn the eggs. Yeah, I know I will. See, if you have any color to your eggs, you've burnt them. My son went through 2 weeks of having fried eggs, and he was trying so hard to get it down. And I said, would you like me to teach you now? Avocado cheesecake? I've never heard of that, Ashley. How good is it? Hi, Katie. Ashley, how's the avocado cheesecake? I've never heard of it. See, when you beat your eggs, you want them yellow, really yellow, before you scramble them. This is hot, and I have you charging, so I do not want to burn it. I know my butter's getting hot, and I might burn it. Okay. When you use a nose stick, you need a rubber spatula. Always remember that, please. Now, if you have this on a low flame, the eggs take a little longer, but they don't burn, and that's the whole trick. Hey, listen, I asked Ashley, I don't know how you can get it to me. I'd love to see that recipe. Do you go on Facebook at all? Hi, Cozy. Oh, okay. So you're using actually a plain cheesecake, and you're putting the avocado on the first level of it, or do you put it on top of it? I like them scrambled. We made Ezekiel waffles. I've cooked bacon. I've got apple pie filling here that I had canned, and that's going on top of it, and I'm doing the eggs now. When you look around the edges here, you can see it starts to get firm. You see? Doesn't take a lot. It just takes a little bit of patience. I know a lot of people say they can't cook. It's because you think everything is done at a high heat. It's not always done at a high heat. Okay, Ashley, look for Sandra Hunt in the space, or I have a cooking channel that I started on Facebook. It was first before I came here to YouTube, and it's called by the same name, America's Home Cooking. You could leave the recipe there, or just look under Sandra Hunt and look for this face, okay? And I'll be right there, and I would love to see it. Thank you very much, Ashley. I think they're ill-equipped. Lewis, that's how I feel. I think they're very ill-equipped. You have a wonderful day too, Ashley. Well, I don't think the women today can survive without instant food. I think a lot of the men are ill-equipped unless they take woodworking shop or mechanics. We used to take the filter of the car, just take a roll of toilet paper and we could change it. Men used to repair things in the house. You didn't always have a repairman have to come for every little thing. Women don't know how to sew properly because everything's in elastic. They do a serger. They don't understand fractions. Believe you me, I've seen a lot of people struggling with their fractions because they're trying this world thing and instead of doing it the way I was taught. And believe you me, I didn't understand fractions, but my teacher made me memorize it. And when I became an adult, then I fully understood it at that time. So we could fix our own radios. We could sit there and do things. And we didn't sit in front of a computer and play. We went outside and played. They don't have the security. The young girls don't have the security of their father there if something goes wrong. You know, if a young man goes too far, the father usually sets that stage and tells him before he takes his daughter out. He's usually cleaning a shotgun to let the young man know, you know. And if she gets pregnant, there's no shotgun wedding. That's what deters the guys, is that shotgun wedding. Because if you don't really love her, you're going to be stuck because you're not going to have my daughter shamed by you for what you've done. I think respect is lost. Parents aren't home. So I really think a lot of the young people are really up the creek without a paddle. They might understand computer knowledge, but that's not going to work. You need, this is our computer. This is what we used as a computer. They don't use this. Yeah, I ask for a simple question, and they say, well, you can pay $38 and you can talk to somebody to help you. I used to be able to call somebody and say, look, even my mother would call and she could get help. Now, see, these eggs are done. See how yellow they are? That's what you want. You see that? They're a beautiful yellow, and they're not burnt. You just have to take that time. Oh, I need a plate. Okay, put it on my plate. Now listen, it's that time. It's time for me to eat. I'm hungry. I know you guys like to chat, but we're going to have to close this down so I can go eat. So listen, I want all of you to take care, okay? Enjoy your day. Maybe this afternoon we can start that crazy mustard that goes on steaks. I think if I make pretzels, we could sit there and dip them into that mustard. Sounds good. Anyway, I know I'm going to make golden mustard that won't be finished till tomorrow, but this other mustard I've got to try. Okay? So I'll see you maybe later today. Okay. All of you have a great day. Okay? Bye-bye.